guys. Welcome to another episode of Haunt Talk. In today's episode, we are going to be reviewing Carnival of Horrors. Now, interestingly, it was really, like, a lot of people, it's kind of funny, just call this, me myself, are used to calling this Blossom, which is weird, because it used to be at Blossom Music Center. It is not. It is actually at Stark County Fairgrounds this year. So if you plan on going to this event, which I don't know if you will soon, yeah, make sure you don't go to Blossom because it's not there.
You'll be driving into nothing.
And yeah, you might still find a lot of different things to talk about it being a Blossom since this is the first year. Before we get into the review, though, I do want to bring up a giveaway we're doing, which is going to be 2 tickets for Ghoul Brothers and a t-shirt. We usually talk about this at the end of the video, but I want to talk about it at the beginning of this video this time because there's going to be another little disclaimer for this video, and because this is towards the end, I think this should be the last video I upload in this series that you are able to win the tickets. All you have to do is you can comment on this video saying that you want to win the tickets. You can also comment on the Fear Columbus video, the Haunted Hoochie video, or the Zombiesi Bay video, which is the review of the haunted attractions at the Columbus Zoo Water Park. Any of those will get you an entry, 1 comment per video, and that'll get you an entry into that. And you can also go to Ghoul Brothers review itself. We don't talk about it in that video because that was before we were doing the contest, but if you comment on there also saying you want to win the tickets, you can get that as well, so that'll give you 5 total entries, and we will be announcing the winner for that on Facebook on October 18th. That's a Monday. We'll be announcing it then. Obviously, you have to like the videos and make sure you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you will not be eligible to win the tickets. The next thing I want to say about this video is it's not going to be a positive review. We've heard bad things about this haunt, but we wanted to check it out for ourselves. We didn't want to take other people's words for granted, and since it was a different location, we wanted to see it. We didn't actually plan on going to this one this night, which is actually tonight, the night we're filming this. We wanted to go to Akron Haunted Schoolhouse and Laboratory, which we were really irritated with because when you go to buy tickets, you can buy tickets for Sundays. Like, it's weird. You, like, pick the night of the week you want to go, not necessarily the exact date. And so I didn't look further into that. Well, they're not doing it until this coming Sunday is the first Sunday they're starting to do it in October. Like, they're only doing it for the last couple Sundays. And I'm like, oh, so I guess my bad for not looking at that. So we're like, well, crap, we're over the way to the Akron. You know, we want to do one tonight. So Carnival of Horrors was open, and it was on our list of potentials to do. So we're like, we're going to drive out and do it. And now we're going to get into the review. It's time to refer to the Book of the Dead! Book of the Dead! Book of the Dead! Book of the Dead!
Alright, so sets and props. First thing. What sets and props?
Yeah. Now, we're going to try and do this review in a way that's not scathing, but I want you to understand that there are haunts out there that people are trying. As far as the owners going, I'm not talking about actors. They're trying, and there's ones that feel like they are just trying to make money.
Yeah. This
would be in the later category. So it is slightly offensive to us when we go to haunts that are nothing, at least they feel nothing but, like nothing but cash grabs. But I'm sure there are people that are passionate, that are involved, so maybe it will improve over the years. I just want to say that.
Okay, so, there were some strobe lights.
Yeah.
Mostly fencing. Yeah,
there was 4 houses. So yeah, the first one is called the Insane Asylum, and that is the one. It is literally just a room of fog, strobe lights, and some like metal, like the things you see in like use at fairs and stuff like that. I don't know the exact, but they're like the movable metal fence.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all the first one was.
Nothing to do with an insane
scenes.
Asylum whatsoever.
Yeah, the actors had some like straitjacket-y type like white clothing on, but that was the closest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the closest thing that would resemble anything Insane Asylum.
The 3D clown house was probably the best. That one was called the Fun House.
Yeah, it was by far the best. There's actually, I don't even know if I'd call them kind of scenes. Most of it was, all of it was black light painted on walls. But there was a kind of a cool scene that looked like you were walking on a bridge. It was just painted on the ground, though.
Yeah.
But the way the paint looked like it was a bridge. Mm-hmm. There was another room where they made you, like, find the door to go out.
Yeah, that one was probably the most interactive of, like, all the haunts.
Well, that was the only thing interactive, but yeah. So, and that one actually gave me hope. I'm like, well, maybe the other haunts are going to get better from here, because this is a lot better than the first one, I thought, when we were in the second one.
Yeah, definitely.
Nope.
No.
Got worse.
Then we went into the next one, which was called Trail of Terror, which was literally like a barn. Like one of those, because, you know, when you go to the fairgrounds and they have those big barns and stuff like that. It was one of those barns with a bunch of knocked down wooded fences, like that cheap fencing with those little bar
And they weren't
things.
supposed to be knocked down, because the sergeant had to, like, avoid them so you wouldn't get scraped on them.
Yeah, I have a feeling they were knocked down by, like, stupid people that were, like, so scared. They're like, oh my god, knocked them over or jumped over them or something. Which I don't understand how you would get scared, but anyway.
People were.
And it literally just, like, you could see, like,
everything. It was weird.
And you just weaved back and forth through this thing, and there were just, like, occasional people just going, hey.
But this one did have three buildings.
Yeah.
Because after that, you went another one, which the second building was just a laser swamp, but they were using strobe lights at the beginning of the laser swamp, so you could see the people under the swamp, and, you know, and then at the end, like, there was no one, so it was just walking through a laser swamp. And then the third building was just, I don't think they decorated it at all, actually. There might have been, though, there was, like, a light with a horn in one window. But the rest of it was just a barn, like a barn they would, I think, had animals in, with no decorations, just like a light, and you just walked down it. Yeah, it was just
foggy in there. There was one person, and, like, every, like, third person that walked past, she honked a horn.
Yep. That was all that was. And then brings us into the last one called... Oh. That's interesting. So, okay. Sorry, the second one, that's weird. They have them misnumbered on the website, which is hilarious. If you go look at the calendar for the thing, never mind. It's funny. But really matter. Yeah, so actually the Freak Show was the second one, because it says in 3D. The Fun House was the last one we did. It's just labeled wrong on here. Because it's weird. The Fun House sounds like it'd be clown themed, but not really. Now, the Fun House was probably the longest one. Wasn't a lot in this one either. There was, like, a scene where there was, like, a small facade of kind of like a house. When you walked into it, it wasn't like you were in a house, but there was that. And there was kind of like a room where you led you into this, like, little black maze. It wasn't really a maze, but, like, black hallways. And then you came back to that room and then went through a different door, and then it, like, took you to the exit. There were some bubbles that fell from the ceiling.
Yeah. That was the most entertaining part of that
They did have, like, a playpen in there. That's right. They had, like, a couple dolls.
Yeah, with, like, some stuffed animals and stuff.
Yeah, that was about it. There wasn't much. Yeah, so for sets and props, we gave it a 3. There wasn't much of anything. It was kind of just black painted drywall for the most part, and when they were actually trying to make it a haunt, but 2 of the haunts were just, they just kind of put up some fencing to make you walk around it and didn't really do anything. That was about it. They just kind of lit it up and threw some fencing in there, and they said, have fun. Yeah, that was it. So, I guess moving into actors.
All right. So, actors. There were not very many of them. Most of them didn't even try. I had 3 people literally walk past me in the maze, the first haunt. Like, literally just... Like, they actually, like, bumped into me. They didn't even, like, acknowledge that I was there. They just were walking past me. And I was just like, oh, okay. Boo. Thanks. The clown one, which I guess would be the 3D one, probably had the most actors and the most interaction.
Yes.
Because, like, you get into that room with the doors, and the guy's actually, like... trying to confuse you, and he's like, oh, try that door, oh, try this door, and you know, trying to make you do things, and that was fun. They just really didn't do anything, and of course,
there's
first thing somebody says to me in the first maze is, you want to play?
You want to play? Yeah, that's the first thing. Now,
no, I don't.
Yeah. I can forgive there not being enough actors, but like I said, the ones that were there, most of them, like, weren't even, like, really trying. It's kind of, I will say probably out of everything, the actors, even though they weren't great, were probably the best thing of the experience, because there was a couple ones that were okay, but there just wasn't nearly enough. And yeah, and like over half of them just kind of like, I think they had given up. A lot of them had. They were just kind of like, eh. I mean, they were very typical, and like they would only go after like the screaming children. Which,
Yeah. It's like, I want to be scared too.
yeah, which always irritates me. It's just like they only ever go after those people. It's like everyone's a paying person, and it's like I understand that you want to get the scare out, but like places need to. I mean, this place has so many other problems than this, but places need to just train their actors to kind of go after everyone and try. Because I mean, like if you're there, like I would assume you're there because you want to get scared.
Yeah.
Like even if you're harder to scare, like I think that people think that I'm hard to scare, but I'm pretty easy to scare, and I also scream really crazy a lot of times. So.
Just carry an air cannon around and you're good to go.
God, I hate those. But anyways, yeah.
So we gave actors a 5.
Yeah, just like I said, they weren't absolutely terrible, but not very good. Very, very average.
Mm-hmm. So that brings us to scare factor.
One thing that I find hilarious is like I'm just on the website here, and like they really try to push the fact that this is like real scary. They like make these claims that like number one, like haunt in whatever Ohio, and it's like like who said that? On their website, warning they have their Twitter, they at themselves, is extremely scary. If you can't handle being scared, then don't even bother to show up. Okay, scare factor we gave them a 3. Yeah, not scary. I mean, this is not. Nothing really happens. Like if you don't like strobe lights, well, that will get you in the first haunt. That's for sure. There's a couple areas that were potential to get jump scares, like the second half where they didn't just like blind you with a strobe light where you could see under the laser swamp. They could have had actors in the dark section trying to scare you, but they didn't. The only one that was up was the one that was hiding where you could see him.
Yeah.
Like
they were like crouched down because they were like trying to be under the swamp. But like I literally looked over and I just basically told them, I'm like, you need more fog. I can see you. Your light just gave you away.
Yeah.
Like it's like, yeah. So that brings us to value. It's $25 for a regular ticket. It's $30 for the VIP.
Which is so funny.
Which
it's $5 more
to get to the front of the line.
To get to the front, basically, yeah. I mean, it's a separate line, but no one was waiting in it, so we're like, you can get like $3 coupons for it. Like, from I don't even know, where'd you get it from? It's like a gas station or something.
I got them at oh gosh, where was I?
I don't know. Either way, you can find local
you can
places.
Find them.
You can
Usually
find
gas
coupons
stations
for
and things like
$3.
that. Yeah, they'll have them like sitting around and stuff. It was about 4 to 5 minutes to go through each house.
Yeah, so save somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes to complete the haunts.
So we gave that a 5.
Yeah. Now, the value itself isn't terrible, especially for the VIP, but this is the quality of the haunt. So it's just not really worth what you're paying because, this is not. But we'll just go into overall. We gave it a 4. I do think this is bad.
Yes.
I do think it is not good. Again, I don't know what it was like when it was at Blossom. You can leave us comments letting us know if it was better at Blossom, like when it was there. But I did hear fairly negative things from other people that went there. But I know the Trail of Terror when it was at Blossom was an actual trail and not just a... they didn't just call it a trail, and then it's not a trail, which is interesting.
See, I knew something was up because it said Trail of Terror, and I'm like, why are we going into a barn?
Yeah, but it used to actually be a trail from what I understand. Again, I was never there when it was that. I'm hoping that it can improve, but I just don't know if it will because from, again, my understanding is that it's always been about this quality when it was at Blossom. So I really do feel like this is something that is being put on more of a thing to get revenue than anything else. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't really recommend it. There's so many other good haunts. I mean, you have Factory of Terror in your schoolhouse, like within a half hour of this place. You have Ghoul Brothers within a half hour of this place. Make sure to do the contest and win tickets. I mean, that place is great. All of those places are great. Ghoul Brothers is amazing if you want, like, something to get scared in, though. Way scarier, I would say, than Factory of Terror and Schoolhouse. Might not be nearly as long, but, like, it feels like
If you're going for the
like,
scare factor,
you know,
go there. Yeah.
And it just feels so much like, not necessarily family, but like that it's created a family environment of people that have created this thing.
Yes.
Yeah, just awesome place. There's so many good places to go in the surrounding area, but I mean, obviously, if you do not want to take our word for it, feel free to check it out and let us know what you thought about it. But, you know, if you are someone and you've been kind of curious about this event and you do like things like these other haunts like Factory and Schoolhouse and Ghoul Brothers, this is nothing like those. This is nothing like those at all. But that being said, make sure you like the video, you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also make sure you ring the bell notification so that way you don't miss any future videos. And again, make sure to enter in for the contest on Ghoul Brothers on any of those videos, and we will be drawing those on Monday the 18th. So don't miss your chance, and we may be doing another giveaway by the end of the year. It just depends on how things go. But, yep, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye.